Good morning, students. Once again, welcome you all in this English class. Today, we are going to start with the second poem of the poet Robert Frost, that is Fire and Ice. So, students, let me introduce with the poem Fire and Ice. Robert Frost's poem Fire and Ice expresses the profound idea that the world would end in either of two ways, either by ice or fire. Both the components are compared with self-destructing human emotions, hatred and desire. The poem very artistically underpins the philosophy that we let our emotions rule us, and if don't control them, they will surely destroy everything around us. Similarly, he thinks fire and ice both are just as competent in bringing the world to the disaster. So, students, I am going to start with the first stanza of the poem. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. First, I am telling the meaning of some difficult words. Desire, a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. Favor, approval or support. So I am explaining these lines. The poem expresses the profound idea that the world would end in either of two ways, either by ice or fire. One group is of the opinion that someday the earth's core will get so heated up that it would lead to fire, destroying the earth's surface. On the other hand, the second group says that if the temperature goes down to an extent that makes life on earth impossible, it would have the same catastrophic effect. The poet then compares fire and ice with the destructive features of human emotions, desire and hatred. He says that from what he is aware about fiery desires, he would favor the ones who say that it would be fire. By saying so, he brings about the idea that human beings let the emotions rule them, and the consequence of unmonitored longing is chaos. Students, I am going to start with the second stanza of the poem. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of fate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. So I am telling the meaning of the words. Perish, die, suffice, be sufficient. Explanation of these lines. Then, by not waving off the first option of fire, he considers us. If the world has to expire twice, ice would be equally competent in ending it. He brings about a contrast between ice and hatred. The human capability of insensitivity and hatred has the potential for inner destruction. Though slow and steady, it has the same effect that desire has on us. So, if given an option between fire and ice, ice would be just as good as fire to destroy the world. So, my dear students, hope you all have understood the poem. I am telling the rhyming scheme and literary devices of the poem. Rhyming scheme is A, B, A, B, C, B, C, P. And the poetic devices which are used, first is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of a consonant sound at the start of two or more closely placed words. For the example, the sound of F in favor fire, W in word will. Second figure of speech is imagery. Imagery is used to make Readers perceive things involving their five senses. Example, some say the word will end in fire. To say that for destruction, eyes is also great. So students, third figure of speech which is used, that is personification. All of you know about the personification. In this, to give human qualities to inanimate objects. In this poem, fire and ice are capable of destruction. Thus, the poet personifies fire and ice by giving them mind and power to destroy everything. So students, finally I have explained this poem. Now I will send some assignments to you and favorable links for it. Do that and send me on my class email ID. Then I will check that. Thank you. Enjoy your day. God bless you all.